It's a time for a package from... Wait a sec. It's made in Taiwan? What? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at the Brook Universal Fighting Board. But also I'm just going to do a chit chat about other different encoder boards that I've used in the past in different builds. So when it comes to building your arcade machine, building your own, let's say, Fightstick, there are so many options out there. And the price between all of these boards can be very huge. So in this video we are going to take a close look at all of these boards. We're not going to do an in-depth of the other ones, but just want to focus on the Brook Universal Fighting Board in general, because that is this video all about. But I just want to chit chat about the other ones, and maybe this can be a better fit for you. Alright, so Brook sent me this to review, but I must say that there was some time ago that they first contacted me about this Universal Fighting Board and thinking, what can we do with this? Simply because, yeah, in a Universal Encoder Board it's all cool, but I already have a couple of them laying around. And I can just going to be honest with you guys, the Brook Encoder Board is not cheap at all. But there are quite some different reasons why this is. So beside the point, this is a zero delay encoder board. You can use this for example with building your own arcade stick, and you have no delay and it will work like a charm. But that's something we're going to show you later on in this video. But okay, so what I also like about these encoder boards, that the firmware will keep updating. So and hoping in the future when new consoles coming out, that is something we need to see, of course, is that we can keep using the same PCB or encoder board. Okay, so take in consideration that is a universal board. So this means not only you can use it with different systems, but you can also use it in your Arcade1up build. You can also use it in an arcade stick, plug and play. So nevertheless, there are quite some different options how you can connect it. And I think it's a very interesting main board, especially with the support of so many systems. The older ones like PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, but maybe in the future we can also have a support for newer systems. But before we're going to chit chat some more about the Brook and going to do some testing, I just want to give you a quick look at some other encoder boards. Because Brook is not the only one, but these are just way cheaper. So the first one, let's talk about this one. You can see this thing all over on AliExpress. It's a very cheap one. They recommend these with a Raspberry Pi, for example, because the Raspberry Pi makes it very easy to use these cheap encoder boards. I didn't notice any delays, I also call it zero delay. But okay, so having here more like the deluxe edition, this came with this complete kit. As you can see, it has different pins. So these pins, or the 3 triple pins, are made especially for the light up feature. So this is more like a 2-in-1. So if you want to have a light up feature, you need to have a special board to make it a little bit more easy connecting your buttons with a light up. Okay, so then next up we're having this brand. Retro Ralph, my buddy, did say the top one, the green one, was a very good one, but it's also a very expensive and deluxe one. So this is more like the next level. So let's grab us the bottom one. So this one came with my sharpen, and the reason why I'm grabbing this is more like a very expensive, let's say around 15-20 euro if I'm saying it correctly. But nevertheless, this is a game control board. It has also a possibility for PlayStation 3, PC and Switch, and it sees the Xbox 360 controller for Windows. So this means you can use it like an Xbox 360 controller. And it works very well, and it works also very good with some games, but still noticed some problems. And with problems, I had some problems with PC games compatibility in combination with my arcade. But this is more like the Beefcake edition. As you can see, this thing has way more connectors, and if you want to make more like a deluxe system or a deluxe arcade machine, this can be a very nice option in my opinion. So this is also a great option, but yeah, how bigger they get, how luxury they're going to be, how expensive. So, and I think this thing is just great. It's like the previous model, Switch, PS3, PC, Xbox 360, Raspberry Pi, Android, game controller board. So as you can see, it is expensive, but also has way more support when it comes to game systems or operation systems. But before you're going to spend a lot of money on a very expensive encoder board, take into consideration where you're going to need it for. A stick, for your arcade machine, and of course, what kind of system are you going to run, like Raspberry Pi, Android, whatsoever. And then make your choice for the best encoder board for you. But alright, so let's talk about the Brook Universal Fighting Board, because that's what all this video all about. What makes this thing so special and so expensive? I think what makes it also the ultimate Universal Fighting Board is that you can use it for a lot of systems like PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox Original, Xbox 360. You can use it for your Xbox One, Switch, PC, Neo Geo Mini, PlayStation Mini. It's just crazy in my opinion that you can use this thing for so many different systems. So let's say you want to build yourself an arcade stick and you want to have one stick for all your system. That is possible. What you can do is build something yourself or get yourself a tier fight stick. I did a complete build video with this stick. I personally really love this metal stick. It feels very durable and you can just choose which buttons and joystick you are going to use, because everybody has more like their personal choice when it comes to buttons and joysticks. Alright, so enough chit chat about the encoder board. I assembled it in my TR fight stick and that's what we're going to do. We're going to test it like this. So we're going to play some games on different systems and we're going to have some fun, and let's see how the device is responding and how does it work with the TR fight stick. The first game that we're going to try out is Killer Instinct on the PC Windows. And the reason why is very simple. I did notice that with my previous encoder boards I had a lot of troubles getting this game to work with my controls. So that's what we're going to do. It seems to be working. Plug and play without any driver installation, and let's see how the game plays. Oh! And of course, due to the sound my joystick, it's super responsive. It will not help with my gameplay, but in the end, we need to get used to it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh boy, people, I love this game. So if you want to see more Wicked gameplay, don't forget to check out the Wicked Gaming channel where I just upload random gameplay and some other Wicked stuff. Oh crap. Oh! But again, this joystick plays just perfectly. Oh, I messed it up. Woo! Together with my buddy New Gunlock, we tried Street Race 4 on the PlayStation 4. And we did this with the TR Fightstick and a Brook encoder board, and it works like a charm without any delay that is noticeable. I really love this encoder board. Of course, now we're using several parts, but nevertheless, it doesn't even matter what kind of stick you're using. It's just a very good encoder board for PC and PlayStation 4. So that is what I really like about it, that it's more like the multi-platform. So let's see how this is going to respond with different systems. So the Brook encoder is compatible with a lot of stuff, including the Sega Mini, and I think it's pretty cool. But there was something you really need to know. So I'm going to show you now that the joystick, nothing works. And the reason why, if you're powering on the system, you need to hold a certain key combination. In this case, it's the first punch and the first kick button. I'm just going to do it simply, just pull out the cable. Then I'm going to hold, going to pack it, pull it in. The same works like when you're booting up the system. And as you can see, the encoder board will recognize now that it will need to just work with a Sega Mini. On the Brook side, there is a full manual explanation how everything works, but as you can see, it works like a charm now. There's something you need to consider, that you, every time when you're booting up, hold the two keys so it knows what kind of system you're going to use it. Okay guys, so everything works like a charm, including the start button, even the going back to the menu or quick load, quick save, how you want to pronounce it. Nevertheless, it works all like a charm. So let's play a little bit of Street Rage. Oh. Ah. Never gets old, never gets old. Alright, so let's see. Here's the button, alright, here's the jump button. Now with the Sega Mini, no delay whatsoever. Okay guys, so next up, let's try the Nintendo Switch. Same stuff with the Sega Mega Drive. You need to hold a button, power it up. I'm just going to use the connector over here because you can remove this one from the stick itself. Super easy to do. And let's go. Need to find out which my A button. Here it is. No, I don't want the freaking update. I just want to freaking play the game. Move on. Playing Sonic with an arcade stick is pretty cool. Here we go. But I want to point out is with the Nintendo Switch, there's only one thing that you need to take into consideration when you're doing this. Yes, you need to hold the button to activate it, but there is something else. Because you need to set up with controllers and sensors, you need to go to Pro Controller Wired Communication. You need to turn it on. If you don't do this, nothing will work. Okay guys, so this is what you're going to get with the Brook Universal Fighting Board. So yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think of this idea that you can use it for every single system, but you need to have this key combination that you use before you're going to plug it in. Otherwise it can get recognized. It's not fully automatic, so that's a little bit of a bummer. With my PC it didn't have any problems whatsoever, just plug and play. But I think it's just cool to have one stick or one encoder board that can play on everything. So yeah, this is what you're going to get. Let me know if you have any questions. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell. Become on the Wicked family. It will be great to have you here, and I will see you in the next video.